The internet, it's how we work, how we play, how we connect, but it's also a place of increasing danger if you don't know how to look after yourself. Your data is a valuable commodity for criminals, and they're getting more inventive all the time. One of the biggest vulnerabilities? Passwords. They're the first line of defense between you and someone trying to steal your identity, your money, or both. In this video, we'll cover the basics of password creation and more advanced techniques. Stick with me and you'll become much more security conscious. Believe it or not, the idea of a password is ancient. The Roman army used watchwords to identify allies. Fast forward to today and we use passwords for online accounts. If your password is too simple, it can be easily cracked. A leaked password today can lead to identity theft and emptied bank accounts. Passwords have evolved with technology. Early internet passwords were simple. The internet boom increased cyberattack sophistication. Hackers use automated tools and leaked passwords. Simple passwords are no longer sufficient. Simple passwords are out. What makes a strong password today? Length matters. Aim for at least 12 characters. Use a mix of uppercase, numbers and symbols. Avoid common substitutions. Use a memorable phrase like il tem. Add numbers and symbols for strength. You've got your super strong password, congratulations! But here's the catch. Using that same password across multiple accounts is like locking your front door, your back door and your car with the same key. Sure, it's convenient, but if someone gets hold of that one key, they've got access to everything. This is where the idea of unique passwords for every single account comes in. I know it sounds like a logistical nightmare, but trust me, it's far less painful than dealing with the fallout of a major security breach. Think about it. If one of the websites you use gets hacked and your password is compromised, it doesn't necessarily mean all your other accounts are at risk. That's because each account has its own unique lock, so to speak. But how on earth are you supposed to remember dozens of different complex passwords? Don't worry, we'll get to that in the next chapter. For now, just remember, unique passwords for every account are non-negotiable in the digital age. Remember that logistical nightmare we talked about? Password managers are like digital vaults for your passwords, storing them securely. Popular options include LastPass, 1Password, Dashlane and iCloud Keychain. Create one strong master password, and the manager handles the rest. It autofills login details and generates strong, unique passwords. Reputable managers use strong encryption, making your data secure. Alright, you've got your strong, unique passwords and you're using a password manager to keep track of them all. But wait, there's more. To really lock things down tight, we need to talk about two-factor authentication, or 2FA for short. Think of 2FA as an extra layer of security, like adding a deadbolt to your front door. Even if someone gets their hands on your key, or in this case your password, they still can't get in without the second factor. This second factor usually comes in the form of a one-time code sent to your phone, either through an app like Google Authenticator or Authy, or via SMS. Some services even offer more advanced options like physical security keys that you plug into your computer. Yes, it might seem like a bit of a hassle to enter a code every time you log in, but trust me, the added security is well worth the few extra seconds, especially for accounts that contain sensitive information, like your email, bank accounts, or social media profiles. Remember that old saying, out with the old, in with the new? Well, it applies to passwords too. Even if you're using all the right techniques, it's still a good idea to change your passwords regularly. Think of it like changing the locks on your house. You might have the strongest locks in the world, but if someone's been secretly making copies of your key, it's only a matter of time before they try to use them. Regular password changes help minimize the risk of someone using old, compromised passwords against you. Plus, it forces you to keep things fresh in your mind, so you're less likely to fall into bad habits like using the same password for multiple accounts. Now, I'm not saying you need to change your passwords every week. That would drive anyone bonkers. But aiming for at least once every 3 months is a good rule of thumb. And if you're really serious about security, consider changing them even more frequently for your most important accounts. So far, we've been focusing on building a fortress around your accounts. But even the strongest fortress can be vulnerable to a well-executed con. And in the online world, that con often comes in the form of phishing. Phishing attacks are designed to trick you into giving up your personal information, usually by posing as a legitimate website or service. You might receive an email that looks like it's from your bank, asking you to update your login details, or a message from a friend asking you to click on a suspicious link. The key to avoiding phishing scams is to be vigilant. Always double-check the sender's email address, look for any typos or grammatical errors, and never click on links from sources you don't trust. If something feels off, it probably is. Remember, no legitimate organization will ever ask for your password or other sensitive information over email or text message. If you're ever unsure about the legitimacy of a request, contact the company directly using their official contact information. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the history of passwords to the importance of two-factor authentication. Remember, strong digital security isn't about being paranoid. It's about being proactive and taking sensible steps to protect yourself. By implementing the tips we've discussed today, creating strong, unique passwords, using a password manager, enabling 2FA, and being wary of phishing attacks, you can significantly reduce your risk of becoming a victim of cybercrime. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing for more informative content on digital safety. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and family to help spread awareness about online security best practices.